So, Gabi.
Because you see, they are not the only organization complaining. Even the OMCs have also written.
Evans. They are the same association. LPG Market Association are part of the association.
We are not the same.
Companies. So
we are different. Withdraw that.
Association.
Withdraw that. We are not the same.
Association of Oil Marketing Companies.
So you will withdraw it?
So let me explain. So you see, we explained from last year when we spoke. We have done a lot of engagements on CRM. And I remember one of the engagements we had in NPA with the media. You asked, with the introduction of these new players in the value chain, it means margins have to be created for them. How are you going to ensure that this introduction of the margin does not burden the consumer? And we mentioned that we are going to find ways to ensure that this does not happen. In the sense that, what do we do to bring down the cost of LPG so that when the bottling plant margin comes, so the tender that I spoke about is the solution to ensure that when the bottling plant margin comes, so that it's not a standalone thing.
But you haven't addressed
it was a solution.
The failure of that intervention to reflect in reduced prices of the pumps.
This is just that. I mentioned that even if you did not have this $80 in the price, even if you do not do the tender, prices will go up when the world market price
That's
go
true.
up. And
Except that you have $80 on top of the price going up.
So my point is, if you look at the price of LPG from February, you can see LPG price have been going up until this window when they dropped.
Yeah. So with the 80, it will go up further.
I mentioned that we did a tender.
I know, you've said that many times.
So you see, maybe we are not getting it.
Yeah, so
the tender was a solution to ensure that when the 8, so to say that, to say that we did a tender and then to make it look like...
But you did a tender. You were expecting the price of the pumps to go down.
So you see, it's more like he said, it's like we've done the tender and then brought in the $80. But that's basically what we explained that was going to be done.
We said we are going to do the tender to ensure that when the 80 comes, for you to put the $80.
That's what we explained.
Like I said, the question was... that was the intention.
The question was, if you bring in $80, it immediately increases the price of LPG. So what are you going to do? And we answered that.
Yeah, but you just said you brought the $80 and immediately increased the thing.
You guys were out there saying you are going to reduce the price of LPG by the
solution to ensure that bringing the $80 does not lead to the price increment was to... If you have dropped the price by $70...
So would you say that intervention has achieved its purpose, considering that the $80 have still...
The other part which we have to talk about is, now, this $80 has come. It's a fixed cost in the price build-up of LPG. Now, he knows very well that their margins, they change them every now and then. The market, the BDCs also have a control of their margins. So now, doing this, it's up to NPA now to ensure that this tender we've done, which has brought down the price, are the BDCs passing it on to them? Is it reflecting the price? And we have to do that job.
That's the question I'm asking you. What's going to happen to ensure that it's passed on?
It just started. So we have to now analyze the price and make sure that with the introduction of the tender and the $80 that has been added, have the BDCs passed on this reduction?
What are you going to do to ensure that it's passed on?
We will ensure that you didn't increase your margin just because. Now, the good thing now we've done is that previously LPGMs would submit what they call indicative prices to us. The indicative price was not the actual price. BDCs will also submit indicative prices, not actual prices. Now, the new pricing guidelines mandates them to submit actual prices. So if you have been submitting an actual price, we know what your margins are. In fact, when we analyze their price, we have an idea of where their margins are. We have an idea of where the BDC margins are. So if you have done a tender and it's supposed to lead to a drop in the price, and we know that you are adding $80, and it's supposed, let's say if your premium is supposed to drop from 200 to 150, and you didn't pass it on through our price analysis, we know that you didn't pass it on.
You've seen that they're not. What is the NPA going to do about it?
No, so NPA is going to ensure that.
How?
You see, we analyze prices. Remember, the market is not deregulated. It's regulated, but not completely.
Yeah, but you haven't answered the question. So how are you going to ensure that it's passed on?
We regulate them. There have been times, Gabi, you remember, there have been times when we thought, even the deregulated margin, we realized that the BDC premiums were too high for LPG.
And what do you do?
We call the BDCs. Remember, the regulator can question you, interrogate your price, and if you think your price is not in accordance with the pricing formula, we question you. So that's what we are doing. We interrogate your price and
very quickly,
take action.
Will this $80, would it be imposed in perpetuity?
So the $80, have a timeline for it? Today, have we withdrawn marketer's margin because it is perpetuity. Once the player is in the industry, it has to be there. Okay, so marketer's margin has not been withdrawn.
Okay. And I need to ask you, let's expand the conversation quickly because I want to bring Nana Mwesi into it. Because this is not the only one going up in terms of fuels for us.
Yeah, so that's the point
Petrol
I'm
is going up. We've seen it today. It's gone up again. Petrol is more expensive now than diesel. What's the NPA's own projections? You're going to see further increases in the price of petrol.
I'm even happy you brought in petrol.
Yeah.
No new tax has been imposed on petrol.
Yeah,
but it's going up. So that's a context.
No, but that is why this conversation about LPG is important.
Exactly.
Because so, even without your betting of $80, we're going to cry.
Right. But we introduced something to you. But ignoring the fact that NPA did a tender to drop the price.
Okay, you keep going.
Exactly, because it's important. It's an important point. If you ignore that, then you are making it look as if.
But address quickly for me what your projections on petrol and diesel, very quickly.
I think I'm happy you mentioned when you were making showing the slides about the world market price and the exchange rate. In a deregulated market, NPA does not regulate the prices. We don't tell the marketers that set your price as so and so. It's influenced by these key factors: the world market price, the exchange rate, and then their margins that they set. Taxes are also part of the price. They know very well that taxes on petrol have not been increased, but petrol prices are going up because of the world market price. Now, what are we doing? You remember that the world we have a lot of geopolitical issues happening now. Once these things are happening, they will affect our price here in Ghana. NPA, for example, does not control the taxes. So I heard him talk about the taxes. The taxes, once they are passed by Parliament, the price buildup formula has to reflect them. So as NPA, our projection from what we are seeing now shows that the price on the world market are going up. Exchange rate is also not doing well. So if you look at the projections, it means prices are going to go up. Unfortunately for us in Ghana, if the exchange rate goes up, it even compounds the issues. And that's where we are at the moment. So from the look of things, and what NPA even does for consumers to know that price will go up. We don't hide this. Okay. We publish what we call the daily price indicators. That
From
shows
the look of things,
you're
going to say you expect
prices are still rising, because just over the weekend we all know the attacks, the fight between Iran and Israel. Globally, is an issue that everyone is battling. So